are, of course, excited to be here before some of the best and brightest scholars in the nation. We are here today because of visionary leadership of people like our superintendent, Dr. Cedric Gray, Dr. Dilworth, who envisioned an activity where students could compete and have a culminating activity and outcomes that show the results of effective teaching and learning. So today, while we have members from each school, remember that they represent scholars all over our district, thousands of students every day who put forth their best efforts to learn so that we can produce productive citizens. I'm also grateful to the members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated for all of their many years of service and dedication and volunteering to support efforts just like this. Jackson Public Schools is a partnership, and today truly represents that.
But you are a part of the solution when you roll up your sleeves. You decide that your success and the success of our city, our state, and our nation is worth fighting for, and you get out there and do something. So today, our challenge is that you get up here as you represent your different schools, you represent this district, your family, and the city. Do it because this is another one of those ways that you show that you're being a part of the solution and not a part of the problem.
I want to welcome you to the final round of this yearly event where many of our bright scholars converge to showcase their wealth of knowledge. Today we have teams competing from Bailey APAC Middle School, Siwell Middle School, and Kirksey Middle School. I would like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, Jason's Deli, Office Depot, Madison Sam's Club, Honey Baked Ham, Bed Bath & Beyond, Mr. Alvin Edney of AE Enterprises, and Mr. Reginald Jefferson of It's a Wrap. At this time, I would like to acknowledge the ladies of the Beta Delta Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, who have been committed and loyal supporters of this event for nearly 3 decades. Let's give them a hand.
The person that you're meeting is a retired school superintendent. He was assistant superintendent in the Jackson Public Schools. He served as principal of Siwell Middle School. While he was assistant superintendent, he actually started Challenge Bowl. Please welcome Dr. Reuben Dilworth.
As a principal in JPS at Powell Junior High School, there were 2 junior high schools that were actually doing Challenge Bowl competition. Brinkley Junior High and Blackburn Junior High, being jealous as a principal, I insisted that Powell would be a part of it. Then another school was added, Hardy. So there were 4 junior high schools doing Challenge Bowl. This effort to improve academic achievement and to put emphasis upon academic achievement through Challenge Bowl was spread across the district. I'm given credit for it, but you know, it's great to steal a good idea. I'm so pleased that this effort to enhance academic achievement has continued. I heard Ms. Evans talk about moving the middle to the top. That effort continues. I congratulate you on doing that. Across the schools, there's competition within the schools before the team is formed, and that involves hundreds of students. And that is the goal, to have everyone in the school recognize that it is important to achieve academically. And Challenge Bowl is a manifestation of that effort.
Alpha Kappa Alpha was founded on one of the principles of education, and currently our program theme is launching new dimensions of service. The first target of launching new dimensions of service is educational enrichment. Challenge Bowl fits right within that first target. So we are very proud to continue to support Challenge Bowl as we have done for more than 30 years. It brings us great pleasure to come year after year and celebrate education, celebrate scholarship, and celebrate Jackson Public Schools. Please recognize my members of Beta Delta Omega with us.
My name is Cedric Gray. I'm lead teacher for Jackson Public Schools, where we are building stronger schools together. Back in 1980, a group called Lakeside wrote a song called The Fantastic Voyage. So they gave a charge. They gave a charge that day in that song that said, "Come along and ride on the fantastic voyage." And so my charge to you today, young people, as you dive deep into your competition, is I wanted you to continue on your voyage, but I want you to make sure you stay on the ship. Now, there are three kinds of ship you ride. So first of all, I want you to stay on scholarship. And so you endeavor to do a little better than the person next to you, but more importantly, you're going to learn not only what's in your book, but you're going to learn from your experiences. The second ship I want you to get on is leadership. When other people break off and go in the wrong direction, you decide to stay on in the right direction. And if you're a real good leader, what the people who broke off into the wrong direction will realize is they're going in the wrong way and they're going to follow you. The final ship that I want you to ride is the most exciting ship to me. It is fellowship. Fellowship is to love. The most important part about what you're doing here is that not only do you love one another, but you love yourself enough to respect yourself. Somebody in your classroom is going to need your help someday. Fellowship leads to growth. You know, wherever journey you're on, it ought to be a fantastic one. But the way you make it fantastic is not just be a passenger, but be the driver.
Competing in match 1, we have Bailey APAC Middle School and Siwell Middle School. Toss-up. The Saffir-Simpson scale is used to classify intensities of a hurricane, a tornado.
A hurricane.
That is correct. Which British statesman, born November 30th, 1874, was the first man to be made an honorary citizen of the U.S.?
Winston Churchill.
That is correct. Spell romanticism.
ROMANTICISM.
That is correct. Which of the following hormones produced by the human body to control blood sugar is the cause of some forms of diabetes?
Insulin.
That is correct. What is the cost of 5 cans of soup at 98 cents per can?
$4.90.
That is correct. As one of the 3 military departments reporting to the Department of Defense, this department is composed of 2 distinct and equally important components.
The Army.
That is correct. Spell lacquer.
LACQUER.
That is correct. In 1838 and 1839, as part of Andrew Jackson's Indian removal policy, what was the Cherokee people's journey called?
The Trail of Tears.
That is correct. President Taft issued a proclamation admitting which state, nicknamed the Land of Enchantment?
New Mexico.
That is correct. What is the area of a square whose perimeter is 20 feet?
25 square feet.
That is correct. In which present-day state did Lord Cornwallis surrender more than 7,000 English and Hessian soldiers to George Washington?
Virginia.
That is correct. A common size for soft drink bottles is 2 liters. How many milliliters is this?
2,000.
That is correct. This organization began in 1971 when a group of activists put themselves directly in harm's way in order to protest nuclear testing off the coast of Alaska.
The Greenpeace Organization.
That is correct. Spell apparatus.
APPARATUS.
That is correct. What is the formula for the volume of a right circular cylinder?
Pi times r squared times height.
That is correct. The wing of a bird and the arm of a human are considered which of the following? Congruent structures, analogous structures.
Homologous structures.
That is correct. Name the country whose chancellor, Helmut Kohl, became its longest-serving leader in the 20th century in 1996.
Germany.
That is correct. Spell conscientious.
CONSCIENTIOUS. Conscience.
That is correct. Spell impressionable.
IMPRESSIONABLE.
That is correct. Which of the following is an antioxidant vitamin typically found in relatively high amounts in vegetable oils, nuts, and dark green leafy vegetables?
Vitamin E.
That is correct. That's game. Thank you. The winner of that match is Bailey APAC Middle School. Great job.
All right. This year, we are pleased to feature the winner of the Most Valuable Player Award. Our MVP is awarded based on the participant that provided the most correct answer to our toss-up questions.
The MVP for Bailey APAC Middle School is
Macy Brown. And the winner is, for Brinkley Middle School,
Martarius Carroll.
And the winner from Cardozo Middle School is
Simeon Gates.
The winner for Hardy Middle School is
Erica Williams.
The MVP for Powell Middle School is
Mr. Lonnie Bennett.
And the winner from Siwell Middle School is
Mr. Anthony Harrington.
And the MVP for Chesire Middle School is
Jasmine Smith.
Kirksey Middle School.
And the winner is
James Holman.
Blackburn Middle.
And the winner is Cameron Madison.
Whitten Middle.
And the winner is
Dayana Aguilera.
Northwest IB.
And the MVP is
Xavier Branch.
And People's Middle School's most valuable player is
Casey Hedrick.
The most valuable player for Rowan Middle School is Akia Chrysler.
The district's MVP, Kirksey Middle School, James Holman. Congratulations, the district's MVP. All right. Well, the principal is Ms. Quita Ware-Breland.
Toss up. This historical site is the oldest and largest of the 3 pyramids in the Giza Pyramid Complex.
The Great Pyramid of Giza?
Correct. What event is a part of the famous San Fermin Festival?
A bull run?
That is correct. Which U.S. Constitution amendment, proclaimed in 1920, gave women the right to vote?
The 19th Amendment.
That is correct. 20 added to the product of a certain number and 10 is equal to 40. Find that number.
2.
That is correct. What is the difference in areas between a square that is 4 feet on a side and a circle whose diameter is 4 feet? Use 3.14 for pi.
3.44.
That is correct. On November 3rd, 1903, Panama declared itself independent from which South American country?
Colombia.
That is correct. Spell Thai, meaning of or pertaining to Thailand.
THAI.
That is correct. What is the name of the annual event where up to 48,000 people gather in Nevada's Black Rock Desert to create art and express their individuality?
The Burning Man Festival.
That is correct. Which symbol of the Cold War was opened on November 9th, 1989, after 28 years?
The Berlin Wall.
That is correct. Which of the following is the main advantage of light-emitting diode versus the conventional incandescent lamp? Efficiency, size?
Efficiency?
Correct. With which of the 5 senses is the olfactory nerve associated?
Smell.
Correct. After astronomers determined what criteria a planet had to meet to qualify as a planet, which former planet did not?
Pluto.
Correct. Spell the prefix added to the word circle to create a word meaning a half circle.
SEMI.
That is correct. Off of which island, the Caribbean's largest, have many Haitians died trying to flee the country?
Cuba.
Correct. In a survey of 600 teens, only 12% knew where Abraham Lincoln lived and practiced law.
Springfield, Illinois.
Correct. Identify the largest Indian tribe in the U.S.
Navajo.
That is correct. If the ratio of students to teachers is 10-1 and there are 40 teachers, how many students are there?
400.
Correct. Which U.S. president began his first political race in 1832 when he ran unsuccessfully for the Illinois legislature?
Abraham Lincoln.
Correct. If solid dry ice is placed in a sealed sandwich bag at room temperature, the bag quickly expands because of the release of what gas?
Carbon dioxide.
Correct. In early 1965, Martin Luther King Jr.'s Southern Christian Leadership Conference made this city in Alabama the focus.
Selma.
Correct. Identify one of the 2 U.S. presidents named James who served 2 full successive terms.
James Madison.
Correct. What kind of leaf is pictured on the Canadian flag?
Maple.
That is correct. According to a 1951 convention, this type of individual is someone who, owing to a well-founded fear of being persecuted for reasons of race, religion, or nationality, is outside the country of his nationality.
Refugee.
Correct. Which U.S. state is approximately half the area of Delaware?
Rhode Island.
Correct. That's game.
Let's give everybody a round of applause. This was wonderful. And the winner.
I can't wait to win again. Oh, we're completely ready. Next year won't be a challenge.
2016. Bailey APAC! Congratulations!
Actually, it's just no.
The coach is Mr. Eichling. The principal is Miss Christy Hollingshead.